In this video, I will share a short synopsis or summary of how I lived through disturbances, threats, criminal activities for almost 20 years, even though it was not directly me, but I'll share my story. Now, also, I will be sharing a short clip to enlighten or inform you all about giveaways that you all could participate in. And you will hear more about what is the next video in the series, 30 times victorious faith journey. So here's my story. So I grew up in a God-fearing home, and in one of my previous videos, I also mentioned that I grew up in a nuclear, an extended, and a single parent family. Now, while I was mainly in the extended family could be a hell of a thing because one of my cousins, actually my eldest cousin, he is like twice my age. He was involved in a lot of criminal activities such as robberies, theft. Well, robberies and theft, the same thing. And another one I know for sure about is selling drugs. I don't know anything additional to that. Those are the only ones I know about. Because I mean, he never used to always be by us. But when he was there, there's certain things we know that he used to do, and he used to be in and out of jail and those things, right? Now, as I said, so that's practically from almost birth to about my early 20s, right? And um, hmm, okay, so there's so much things I could tell you all about this. So there's a time a man came to actually stab him up or something, and he ran away, he jumped over the wall, go on his way. My grandmother came out. Again, she was a pastor, she feared God, and she didn't fear man. So she went out to this man. The spirit of God in her allowed him to calm down. She was able to minister to him, and he went his way. And he had a knife, I think, in his hand while speaking to her as well. That was one situation. I mean, I saw that, I was peeping through windows. I witnessed that for sure, right? Now, there were other times, some of you have probably heard that story when I mentioned that police came in to ransack his place, and I was in the yard. I was probably like 2 years around there, and they threatened to kick me down if my mother didn't move me out of the way, or family members. So those police came regarding him as well. Um, Now, there were other times though where, because again, when you're selling drugs, you're dealing with people who are really desperate. And sometimes these drug, how to call them? These sniffers, I don't know how to call them right now. But these people just want their drugs any hour, time of the day. So sometimes in the night, these people come and pelting stone because his door or his room is in the back of more to the back of the house. It's not close to the gate. So he may not hear them. So they'll be pelting stone and all kind of things. Somebody's stone going on our roof or on his roof. At times someone keeps pelting stone, damage car glass, all kind of crazy thing. Sometimes you don't know when it's stone, when it's gunshot. I mean, gunshot is usually louder. But there was sometimes very conflicting noises. So sometimes when we hear any type of noise, we would stay low because we don't want to get hit by, especially if it is a stray bullet, right? Because it's all kind of different people used to be coming. Sometimes at time I came out while I was in high school, I came outside early morning to do whatever I came outside to do. I saw this drug woman in the yard with a knife and kind of madness. And then we are not have to be careful because if them come to do him something, and sometimes like just 2 days ago in Trinidad and Tobago, a brother got killed for another brother. So sometimes they kill family members as well. There's so many other things. Like even when I used to see people he would associate with, I on the road and stuff, I not taking no drop with these men. I not even entertaining them because I am not trusting them. Right now, even when one of those men used to be harassing me, not the one I spoke about in the previous video, but there's another one. I'm not going to even call his name. My cousin would say, listen, that man, I was in jail with that man. You need to be careful. This man is on that. But what I'm saying is, there was a lot of fear. At that time, I wasn't really strong in God either. So there's a lot of fear and so forth that we used to have to deal with. Well, I don't want to say all of us, but me in particular, because you have to watch your back in your own yard. Um, you don't want to be out all kind of different hours. Of course, we would not live in a hotspot area, but our yard itself was like a hotspot. There's so many other things that happen. I can't even remember, right? Um, there was a time I remember he went in jail. Did he go in jail? No, I think police beat him and they put him, he said in a ant patch and he came back home with a whole set of buttons on his skin. All kind of craziness used to be going on. I tell you, it's so much, like I can't even remember all of them, but we had to live through this for, well, up to my current age for most of my life thus far. And one thing I have to say is that I have to thank God because it's been 2015. It's been almost 10 years since God dealt with him, my cousin. And God allowed him to get a massive stroke. Of course, I'm not glorifying that, but God made it happen for a purpose because that was the turning point in his life. He was literally bedridden for a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years. Then he was on wheelchair. But now he's walking and he's actually still alive. And he as well have a lot to give God thanks for because again, he used to be involved in a lot of criminal activities. Some of his criminal friends that I knew, some of them died. So he have a lot to give God thanks for. I have things to give God thanks for because I could have lost my life because of him. My sister could have lost his life because of him. Other family members could have lost their life because of him, and all these different things. So, of course, in my next video, I will be sharing escaping a creepy maxi driver. And also stay tuned for a short clip of some giveaways as you all can participate in our win. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or follow for the next video in this series.
Win big at the ES celebration, music, giveaways, and an unforgettable night. Register now for your chance to win one of these exciting prizes. One person will win TT $1,500 cell phone voucher. Another person will win a TT $500 grocery hamper. A third person will win a stylish 3-piece women's clothing set. One person will win a newborn baby hamper. And TT $200 cash for 3 lucky winners.